Welcome to this Windows channel, and we are Wednesday, June 1st, 2016. As we start another month, here's the latest tech news update. Well, the United Nations has an idea of tagging the world population so that everybody has an identification in the world, which has an interesting good side, I think. Can be scary also. But Microsoft now says, hey, we've got a system called blockchain ID. I think we can help ID the world population. And so they apparently came forward and said, look, our technology for IDing, I think, would be the best for world population ID. So that's an interesting project. I don't know if it will ever come to light. There's a lot of people that are for IDing world population. Lots of people are against. I'm not sure because I don't know. It seems we're getting close to those, science fiction movies where we're all tagged with a number. But anyways, we'll see what happens for sure with that. Well, there's a zero-day flaw that apparently is being auctioned off for $90,000 on hacker websites. And now that's what's the scary thing about this is that it means that our Windows might be at risk right now with a security flaw, and take this, that nobody knows exists. So what is happening is that the hackers have put up a YouTube video demonstrating how they are hacking any versions of Windows. They're showing off how they're doing it through the latest version of Windows 10. But apparently that flaw can have you hack into any versions of Windows starting with Windows 2000 up to today. So that's big, a lot, almost every version of Windows here. And what's even scarier is that it bypasses somehow the Enhanced Mitigation Experience Toolkit, which is kind of a security toolkit here for Microsoft Windows. So Microsoft says, well, we have no idea, or if they do have an idea, they're not saying anything. It's very interesting and kind of scary. Is there a flaw in Windows right now that nobody knows exists except bad guys? Of course, that wouldn't be the first time, but I don't know. Let's check out if we have any updates in the next few days. We'll know that, well, they knew about it and they're fixing it. Let's cross our fingers if it's really the case because, we have no idea. They're showing it, but is that really true or not? We're not sure. Well, Google Chrome in the month of May has continued its advance against Internet Explorer. We were saying last month that in North America, and pretty much in the world also, but in North America, Chrome and Internet Explorer were pretty much neck and neck with a little lead to Chrome for the month of April. Well, Chrome has really advanced more. Now Chrome is 45% of the browsers according to net applications. Internet Explorer down to 38.6. So it's a steep dive and a fast dive for Internet Explorer. And it's interesting to see that Google Chrome is really getting basically being the king of browsers right now. Well, Myspace, a little bit of news according to the data breach that was happening, 427 million usernames and passwords. Myspace says, yep, there was a data breach. We are really sorry about it. They do say, well, there's a lot of talk about the fact that apparently they weren't doing all that was necessary for security. But now they say that they are really working very, very hard in making the site the most secure site that you can go to. It's kind of late when everybody lost some of their personal data. I'm sorry, but, I have this feeling that when a website intentionally, I'm not talking about being hacked because they found something nobody knew about. But when you knew your security wasn't good, I think a website like that should not be visited anymore by nobody. We gave you a chance and you just threw it out. And even worse, according to an article from Tech Radar, the Myspace breach of 427 million usernames and password is probably the biggest breach in history. Never has there been so much personal data leaked out on the web from any hack in the past. So, I don't know, kind of scary. If you've had a high number of spam in your Outlook.com email today, it's normal. There was actually a problem with the spam filters at Outlook. Microsoft has said, we're working on it. So starting yesterday afternoon, apparently around 2 p.m. Pacific, a lot of spam started, going into your inbox. So Microsoft said they fixed, they had a quick fix that's already there. So it seems that it's fixed for everybody. But there's a new long-term fix that they're working on that will keep spam away from your inbox. So if you had a lot of spam yesterday and part of today, it might be kind of normal because of some problems with their spam filters. And it doesn't seem that everybody was affected. For example, my 2 Outlook accounts that I have, no spam. I did look at the spam folder. Yes, spam was going in that folder, but I did not get spam in my inbox. So it seems that it's not everybody. Some people had spam, but others did not. So don't worry about it if you had some spam. Apparently it's fixed now. And finally, a little news item about SSDs, solid state drives. According to Kroll OnTrack, that has a client database of a lot of people that have, apparently, according to their own stats, most of their clients, 98%, actually have SSD drives in their computers. And what they've noted is that SSD drive seems to suffer from high failure rates, much higher than the traditional magnetic hard drives. So that's an interesting piece of information. According to Kroll OnTrack, after 4 years, up to 38% of their clients suffered data loss from SSD failures. And of that 38%, about 23%, so if you understand me right here, that 38%, so we put it now at 100%, 23% of that 100% is basically at a loss of data that they could not recover. According to Google, because I did check out stats from Google, Google has extended statistics on hard drive failures because of all the servers they got around the world. They were saying that on their SSD drives, Google says that what they see is, a lot of failures of different parts of SSD drives. So, for example, you'll have your SSD, it's still going to work, but part of it will fail, meaning that your storage will go down. And if you had data in that part, it might actually disappear or be compromised. But what they say is that overall failure of SSD drives, according to their stats after 4 years, is 20%. That would mean after 4 years, 1 in 5 SSD drive will fail, which is a high failure rate. And you know what? I was always thinking that SSD drives, because there's no mechanical, parts in there, would probably be more be much more reliable than magnetic hard drives that have, that little read-write arm and actuator and motor and everything. But it seems it's not the case right now, and maybe even worse than hard drives. So interesting. Back up your data. That means back up your data. Really not complicated. You have to back up your data. So this was the Tech News Bulletin for June 1st, 2016, Wednesday. If you enjoy my videos, please subscribe. Give us thumbs up. And if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, let us know. We'll try to help you if we can. Thank you for following us.